then keep sending money, and at the end of the day, the uncle doesn't build the house, or the family doesn't build the house, and the person will feel cheated. So the person might have lost interest in building and building a home in Nigeria. Then to the UN report by 2030, I think right now a report by UN said Nigeria will need between 55 trillion to 60 trillion to address the present housing deficit needs. And as I'm speaking to you now, we have 17 to 20 million housing deficit needs.
Now, talking about that, don't you think that we should look at other alternatives in constructing?
Okay, like laterite, they're more cheaper than using blocks and.
You can use clay.
Yes, laterite.
So I think that developers, because I'm going to throw this question to you now. Why is it that, because you're an aspiring developer and you really work in real estate, why is it that most developers are going for the high cost housing? I've asked somebody this kind of question before, but it couldn't really answer me. I want you to tackle it today, because this is part of the challenges, whether we like it or not.
Definitely.
We don't have affordable houses, and developers keep building expensive houses.
Okay, first of all, I would say you still go back to the government. There was this project we wanted to do last year, 2018. Towards May 2018, so we approached the government, and because we thought, let us build affordable and expandable homes for low income earners, and we thought about acquiring a land on the outskirts of Ibadan or Lagos. Let us build homes. So we approached the government, and after approaching the government, we asked for the land, which they actually agreed, but the government needs to give us a free hand. Now, if the government refuses to give us a free hand on the project, the houses won't be cheap. Because the government will be expecting returns on investment. So once the government is giving us the land free of charge and also giving us machineries to clear the bush, to clear the land and some other things, then we can now put in our own money, build low-cost expandable homes, and then sell it out. Maybe 1.8 million, 2 million to low-income earners. But once the government doesn't give us a free hand, we cannot solve the housing deficit needs.
If you are saying, because we've, like I said, we've come to a position in Nigeria that I don't think we should wait for the government to do everything anymore. So why don't we look for all this? Like I said the other time, there are lands in the village, there are lands in the rural area. Why are developers shying away from buying such lands and developing? This is a major issue, and I want you to.
I'm not shying away. The thing is, we are all businessmen.
Yes.
Now, we live in the city. That's okay. We are going to the rural areas to make constructions. There's lots of houses. Okay, let me give you an instance. When you go from Shombotedo to Aja, you see lots of estates there lying fallow. Why? Because the developers didn't work out the market analysis and market survey properly. The thing is, as a businessman, you need to be sure of your customers. Now, if you're taking the buildings to the rural area or the outskirts of the, people want to live in the urban area. People want to live within the city.
Habib,
so now,
Habib, you will agree with me that if everybody lives in the urban area, we won't have affordable houses.
Yes.
And you are telling me now that you don't want to go into the bush because of your customers. Habib, let me ask you a personal question now. Habib, I have a plot that is in a village in Ibadan.
Where in Ibadan?
He wants about 20 acres.
Okay.
And I want to give you, I'm also a business person, but I want you to name your price. Will you go there to develop?
In Ibadan?
Yes.
Of course I would.
So that is it. Why is it that? Why is it that
villages outside
villages are in every city? That's what I want to. That's what I want to bring out this morning. There is no city. America has villages. And I was telling somebody this morning that I realized that after making researches and all that, I realized that those people only go to the city if they want to buy something they don't have. They stay where they are. Being in a village is like a lifestyle, but our economy has made it like a taboo to be in the village. And I realized a lot of developers don't want to go to the village to develop. And we are always waiting for the government. If the government will give you a plot today, because please, if anybody is watching this morning, I need to get to the Commissioner of Lands. Please, I want to bring him to this show, because I've been in a program where it said before that the government is talking to people in the rural areas to give them land so that they can develop. They can give to developers to develop. You understand? Really? But yes, I've been in a, it was last year that the government is talking to some of the ballers and all to be able to give them some plots so that it can help in housing. So please, if you are watching this morning, I need to get to the Commission of Lands. I want to bring him to this show. So being in the village, developing in the village, I think it's going to help us.
Yeah, it's going to be cheaper. Actually, it's going to be cheaper, and I'll still insist on this. The government needs to come in. If you are moving to the rural areas, the government has to come in. The government has to provide basic amenities for those in those communities.
Now that brings me to this again. Okay. There seems to be a lot of, like we said the other time, a lot of luxury houses. A lot of you go into an estate and you find big houses, very expensive houses that are neither occupied and nobody wants to sell them. I don't know. What do you think is responsible for this? Because those also contribute. I think it contributes to the housing deficit that we have.
I think those houses, those luxury houses and modern houses you're seeing in the estates, I think those are very good houses, and I don't think they fit into this 20 million deficit housing deficit category. I think they are very good houses, but the problem is getting to sell the properties and getting to have occupants in those houses. I think, first of all, luxury isn't cheap.
Yes.
Luxury isn't cheap, and you can't have a Nokia budget and wanting to have and demanding for an iPhone is impossible. So I think most of our houses in Nigeria, most especially Ikoyi, Lekki axis, when you compare them with the houses in South Africa, in US, you find that the houses in Nigeria are even far more expensive than the houses in South Africa and US.
Yes,
why? Because most developers want to make the money once. They believe, okay, let's make this build, let's have a building, then let's rake in massive revenue from that. It shouldn't be so. The houses are too expensive. And although I'll keep saying this, luxury isn't cheap, and at the same time, luxury has a price. If your taste is luxury, fine, you might be able to afford it. If you know you can't afford luxury, just get a modern apartment. So I think as developers, we need to work more on our markets, on the customers aspect. Let's work on the customers' demands. Let's work on the customers' needs. Let's try to build modern houses, not just luxury houses. There's this man, Shijumoto, Shijubomi Ogundele. He's like the leading luxury indigenous luxury in Nigeria. He has lots of properties. Last time I checked, he just constructed the Guliano by Shijumoto last year, and several units of those apartments are still up for grab. I think he has just sold one house or something. And also the Medici. I think the Medici is still lying fallow in Ikoyi. So we need to put our money into what the people need, not just what we desire.
Okay, Abib, I have one last question, but I'm going to ask that question after this short break. Please stay tuned.
Abib Akonde, a graduate of computer science. Are you an investor? Abib Akonde, a graduate of computer science from University of Ilorin, served as the president of Nigerian Association of Computer Science Students, NACAS, a passionate entrepreneur with over 6 years experience starting and running businesses in Nigeria. Inspired by the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki back in secondary school to pique interest in real estate, Habib Akande is a guest on Real Estate with You. Are you an investor? Do you desire to know more about real estate in Nigeria? Do you need a platform to list your properties? Watch Real Estate with Oluwadara on Immaculate Television every Friday at 10:30 a.m. For sponsorship details, call 0703 071 0772 or 0706 786 3028 or send a mail to oluwadara88@gmail.com. Real Estate is come to you.
Welcome back. Habib, so we've established some of the challenges, and we've established also that the deficit in housing is rising.
Daily.
It's really rising. And that by 2020, it would have risen so rapidly. Where do you see the housing sector in Nigeria in 2 years?
In 2 years' time, only if a miracle happens. But buying any miracle, I think in 2 years' time, if this current ordeal continues, I think some people might be forced to go back to their villages. Some people might be forced to quit the urban areas, because even presently now, there's some places in Lagos that you have like 7 to 8 people staying in a room. And so I think in 2 years' time, if these housing deficits are not curtailed, it's going to be a catastrophe.
Wow. That is very interesting and scary at the same time. But if you are listening, we are all going to join hands together to solve these problems. We are all not bound to stay in the urban areas. Well, that being said, thank you, Habib, for joining me on the show today.
Thank you so much.
It's been an exciting time with you. We'll go on a short break now, and when we come back, we'll go on the information segment. Please stay tuned.
Are you an investor? Do you desire to know more about real estate in Nigeria? Do you need a platform to list your properties? Watch Real Estate with Oluwadara on Immaculate Television every Friday at 10:30 a.m. For sponsorship details, call 0703 071 0772 or 0706 786 3028 or send a mail to oluwadara88@gmail.com. Real Estate is come to you.
Welcome back. This is still Real Estate with You, and this is the information segment. Today we want to look at investment opportunities in Ibadan. I'm going to start this month with investment opportunities in Ibadan. That is areas where you can invest in plots in Ibadan. We've established during the interview segment that not everybody will have luxury, and not everybody will live in the cities. So there are still some areas in Ibadan where you can invest in and that are good areas. First that I want to look at this morning is Oduono-Elewe. Oduono-Elewe is a location that has proximity to popular locations such as Oluyole Estate, Challenge, Apata, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, Abeokuta Way, and New Garage. Other landmarks around this location are major markets, higher institutions, malls, and popular churches. And the major roads in this location are tarred, and it has a link to the expressway. There are also some minor roads that are tarred in this location. And plots in this location are sold at reasonable prices from 200,000 to 2 million naira. Yes. And this is a juicy avenue for both investors and intending property owners. Government can also look into partnership with individuals to develop affordable houses in this location. The range of people living in this location are middle and low class in the society. Some of the popular areas in this location are Hagara, Dalute, Ashikba, Arakpaja, Bodo, Asunle, Idiayere, and Oduono-Elewe is grouped under Oluyole local government area. Next is Ojo. Ojo is a popular area in Ibadan, and it is one of the few locations in Ibadan that has a road and a market to its name. There is Ojo Road and there is Ojo Market. That market is a major market. You can find almost everything you need in that market. And the location is rapidly developing, and its inhabitants are a mixture of the middle and low class. You can also find a bit of some of the middle high class in this area. Ojo has proximity to the famous Oyo Road, Polytechnic of Ibadan, University of Ibadan, research institutions, Songo Road, Iwo Road, malls, major markets, and popular Orthodox churches. It is a good location for the Oyo State government to invest in affordable housing. Rent in this location is relatively cheap. Rent in Ojo is relatively cheap, and that's why you find that a lot of people prefer to live there and come to the middle of the city to work. Their work is far away from home, and because transportation is also cheap. Plot price ranges from 300,000 to 700,000 on the average. You can find plots that's worth more depending on where it is, but at least on the average, 300,000 to 7 million, you can find a plot in that area. Ojo is grouped under the Akinyele local government area. So if you are searching on Google, just check Akinyele local government area, you find Ojo. And last for today is Akobo. Akobo is fast becoming an eyebrow area because you have a lot of new developments there, and some luxury developments are starting to spring up there also, largely inhabited by the middle class and a few high class. In 2019, it has been projected that property owners will get good returns from their properties because of the ongoing road construction. There is an expressway being constructed along Akobo now, and Akobo has proximity to areas such as Ashi, Bodija, Bashoru, Iwo Road, Monoton, Gate, Agodi, GRA, Secretariat, Yemetu, Mccullough, etc. The Oyo State government also has various estates in that area, including PPPs. Estates such as Bashoru Estate, Kolapo Ishola GRA, and so on. There are other PPPs also in that area. Rent in this area is quite lucrative. That's for landlords, so it's juicy for those who are looking to invest and rent. Plot price ranges from 1 18.5 million to 25 million naira, depending on, you know, the size of the plots. This location is grouped under Lagelu local government area. So those are the three we are going to look at this week. So if you are looking to invest in plots, if you are looking to invest in selling houses, or you are even looking to rent houses, this location are very good locations for you to invest in. Thank you very much for staying with me on this segment. We'll go on a short break now, and we'll go to the marketing segment. Please stay tuned.
Are you an investor? Do you desire to know more about real estate in Nigeria? Do you need a platform to list your properties? Watch Real Estate with Oluwadara on Immaculate Television every Friday at 10:30 a.m. For sponsorship details, call 0703 071 0772 or 0706 786 3028 or send a mail to oluwadara88@gmail.com. Real Estate.
Welcome back. This is the juicy segment. This is the marketing segment. I have some of the houses from last year, and I have some houses that are for rent today. First is the Abuja House. The Abuja House is still on sale. If you are interested, you can call my number. I'm not going to stay much on it today, but it's still on sale. If you want details on this, you can call my number or send me an email. My number and my email is on the screen. Next is Crimson Court. Crimson Court is a luxury project. Like I always say, you'll find high taste luxury in Crimson Court. It comes with a gym facility, it comes with a swimming pool facility, it has its own transformer, is that it has alternative power supply systems such as a generator, solar inverter, and you don't have to bother about security. It has airtight gates, it has uniform security, and it comes with CCTV. So if you're looking for luxury, you're outside the country, or you have somebody who is outside the country who just wants a place to relax, a place that has luxury, Crimson Court is a place for you. Crimson Court has 12 units of terrace duplexes, 4 rooms with 1 attached maid room. Next is Legacy Estate. On Legacy Estate, there are a bungalow actually. One of the bungalows have gone, so there is a bungalow still on sale in Legacy Estate, and there is a bungalow on lease, a 3-bedroom bungalow plus an attached BQ on lease. There is also a duplex, a 4-bedroom duplex that has 2 attached bedrooms on lease in Legacy Estates. For details for the lease and for the sale, you can call my number or send me an email. My number is on the screen, or send me an email for more information. Next is the Mccullough Property. The Mosula Property is a 6-bedroom flat. The 6-bedroom flat comes with a shop in front of it. It's a used apartment, it's an old building, but it's suitable for commercial use. It's at Mccullough, almost opposite veterinary in Mccullough, Ibadan. For pricing details, you can call my number or send me an email. Yes, today for those who are looking for rent, I learned that somebody called me up and said that a lot of people are looking to relocate this year, and they are looking for cheap houses. Cheap in the sense that relatively affordable houses to rent. Okay, I'm just going to name the locations where we have our apartments and the number of bedrooms that the apartment comes with. There are apartments in Bodija, the apartments in Bashoru, and the apartments in Akobo. 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom, and a room self-contained. So for pricing details, you can call my number or send me an email if you are looking for an apartment to rent. Also for short let, we have apartments in the following locations: Bodija, Jericho, Ashi, Ikolaba, and Sabo area. for short-let. So if you have somebody who is coming into the country or somebody coming into Ibadan for a course and needs to stay in an apartment, not an hotel, you can call me up on my number that is on the screen or send me an email. Thank you for joining me on Real Estate with you today. It's been a wonderful time. I hope that you've learned one or two things. If you want to sponsor this program, you can call my number or send me an email on oluwadara88@gmail.com. I hope that you join me again next week. Till then, I wish you a perfect weekend. Bye.
Are you an investor? Do you desire to know more about real estate in Nigeria? Do you need a platform to list your properties? Watch Real Estate with Oluwadara on Immaculate Television every Friday at 10:30 a.m. For sponsorship details, call 0703 071 0772 or 0706 786 3028 or send a mail to oluwadara88@gmail.com. Real Estate is come to you.